party people. This is Malcolm. Another quickie update. I finally got some time this week. It's been really busy with work and the like, but to kind of flesh out the heights of things, and I did a little noodling yesterday, and then a little more today in my hot office. And I need to do some research this week on just how to proceed. But the game plan is I worked on some elevation stuff. Sorry about the creaky chair again. I ended up getting this stuff, which was super helpful, and everything seems to be working. I have some tweaks to make. There's some heights that are not 100%. Again, this is going to be where the kind of mountain hillside is. Not sure what this is. I'm going to block in that hole in the back. Got to figure that out. Probably put a strut underneath, something of that nature. The shipping area comes down into the station area. This whole setup here, this new setup, is working so well. I have this guy over in shipping. I had this guy over here in whatever this vague area is. There could be another train over here for this tanker factory area. I have this other little spur here to park stuff for switching stuff. Very cool. It's a lot of fun to play with. This guy, yes, I know, folks, not all the trains are on here. I'm just using it for practicing what's going on here. I always get comments like, there's not enough trains on that next unit. It's like, I know. But yeah, this station area, I can park stuff here, run these guys, park these guys, run this guy, golden. But I need to play around with the elevations. You can see I have a bend in this, in the table here. And so I need to address that and some of the other areas. But overall, I think it's working really well. And again, I'm going really slow and just taking it really slow on this round. So yeah, I can come around here and around, and then my harbor area is going to be in the back there. It's not as much water in the harbor area, so that'll be interesting. And it's a higher track in general. I'll go over there and you can take a look at it.
Down underneath the donut.
So yeah, it's going to be the higher elevation, which is good. Initially I had about this high off the water, and now I have way high off the water. And so I've seen some cool things where there's a dock in the water and then a ramp kind of going up to like this level where the buildings would be, and then I'll have like a loading dock in there. So I think that'll be kind of cool. Some craggy rock kind of stuff, shoreliney stuff might be interesting there, playing around with that. What I might end up doing is kind of dribbling in a solvent to eat this away a little bit, or just eat it away, through carving, to make it like a little kind of water wash area that comes up from the ocean. I have to do some research on that. I'm going to make this higher with another thing of pink foam, so it's going to be about that high, and then make this higher as well. Maybe take it over a little bit and have a road come up. I don't know. I still have to design that out. And then the other thing, excuse me, I'm thinking through is this whole back area. They're all panels, like I've said before. Could lift those panels out. And so before I do much of anything else, I'm thinking about, well, I'll go over that in a minute, but before I do much of anything else, I'm going to take those panels out, and I'm actually going to paint in a little kind of mountainous scenery in there. Just give it a shot. I'm also looking at, there's a company that does backgrounds, and they're really cool, seamless backgrounds with trees and the whole 9 yards. That was my initial thing, and I was going to add on to that, but I think I'd rather pocket the $300 it would take to do that, and I'm not going to do it. Just I do Photoshop and computer stuff for a living, I could easily just do it myself. Spider dropping off the ceiling, grab him, drop him on the floor. This area is spiders all over the place. So I'll be working and all of a sudden a spider will just drop off the ceiling and start hanging out in my face. But I think I'll just take a shot at it. I'm going to mark off the streets and where the farm is and all that, and kind of just do a bloob 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 in there, and just do a very kind of misty, hazy, very low key, more like a silhouette-y kind of background for mountains and things, and just see how it goes. And if it gets screwed up, then I'll just paint over it. But do that, because what I'll be able to do is take these things out and climb up right on the table right here and then paint on the table, which will be great, because what I did last time was I had already laid out everything. So I was actually behind in that little space, which is probably about 14 inches, and I was trying to paint this whole backdrop after I had put it up there, and it was awful. It was the worst. And then this guy will come off this panel here. I have just screwed in, and so I'm going to mark off that, and then that'll be a little bit easier because I can just take it away and do it, and I'll probably work on that too. So a little something going on there. That'll be fun. And then the idea, I think, is just to fill in this area a little bit and just lay plaster cloth over this stuff. That was my idea. And then in areas like back here, I would kind of make it like a retaining wall look and feel. I have to do some research on that and find out exactly what works. I've seen some really cool retaining walls with walkways. So you basically you walk up a set of stairs, and then there's like a little cool parapet, and you can walk across the tracks to get to another location. That's kind of cool with ivy growing on it and stuff. That'd be kind of neat. But again, it's not going to be super visible because this is Shizuoka, which is my cityscape, so it's going to be big kind of cityscape stuff. I was initially worried about these bridges because they're so far back and they're already hard to clean. When they were over on the other side, they were already hard to clean, but now I can actually run my track cleaning car around because I have all of my proper stuff in now. And I love that fact. It's going to be so great, and it's already paying off. I've run it around a couple of times, and it's a whole night and day difference running on clean track. This is great. I still have areas like back here. That's just a mess. It's like I really should pull all this stuff up, but I was like, well, I'm going to pretty much use this very same stuff. Why pull it up if I'm just going to put it back down? But I got to come up with a solution for this back area. It needs just a solid plank that goes across. Maybe I'll get some plywood and do that. And I think that's about it for now. Really excited to redo this water. I really liked how this came out, but we had some cracking going on. You can see that cracking, so it'll give me a chance at redemption. So I'll probably build this up, this edging along the sides with something, and then put that water in, flow the water in somehow, figure out which water product I'm going to use. Comments if you have a particular one you like. May do some water here. We'll see how that goes. Not sure. Maybe that's a good solution, like a little pond. Like the water does come up every once in a while when it gets really high waves, and that's where the water pools up, or the water table. I don't know. Kind of fun opportunity there. Have not thought through any of the other areas yet, really. I'm just really focused on track. As a matter of fact, even for for this section, the harbor section, I was thinking about bringing up some of the stuff I have boxed up. I boxed everything up and labeled it underneath the layout, which you can't really see. But bring up those buildings and put them in place just to see how they'll be. But I'm not even going to do that because that just is a whole deal that I don't want to get into. I really want to focus on the track, that little tunnel there, And so yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. I really think that this is the way to go, doing it slower and really thinking things through. And I get the point now. I saw that on many YouTube videos, just people noodling and noodling. It's like, oh, today I did this, and I'm going to sit with that for a month and see how it goes. And I get it now. It's like, yeah, you got to do that because you're playing around with this stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's not doing what I want it to do at all. And just making sure things are level, like this track here is level, and that's all the stuff I didn't do last time, and I totally paid the price for it. So I'm not going to do that again. I may end up raising up this whole back section of track a little bit, just to match it a little bit more, but it's a pretty gradual slope. I just need to figure out exactly how to get it solid down. So yeah, things are progressing nicely. Did a little playing around with stuff, and I really like the way things are going. I got this, like I said, the shipping area in the back there, which is a lot of fun, if I can focus on it. And ooh, everything's blown out now. But yeah, it's like it's the running part, the train part is so much better now, and it's so much more enjoyable, and so much more interesting than it was. So that in and of itself is a win. So it's just a matter of figuring everything else out, and I got nothing but time, right? Famous last words. But yeah, I'm really excited. Then I get to tackle Shizuoka again. That's the one that's always the bane of my existence, because it's a big city. All right, thank you for watching. If you have any comments or questions, etc., I would love to hear them all. I think I got things kind of going nicely, but I'm not 100% sure. Gotta move this. This knows that. But yeah, comments welcome. Thanks for watching.